God says, "Listen closely, my beloved soul." This message did not arrive randomly, and it is not appearing in your life by coincidence. There are moments when heaven gently leans toward the earth, not to rush you, not to scare you, but simply to remind you that you are seen, known, and deeply valued. This is one of those moments. Right now, as these words reach you, something calm and purposeful is unfolding around your life, even if you cannot yet explain it in logical terms. Archangel Michael speaks with clarity and compassion, not through noise or force, but through reassurance. He wants you to understand that you are not late, you are not forgotten, and you are not standing behind anyone else. Today, you are the first to receive what was prepared with intention. Not because you asked louder than others, not because you proved yourself more, but because your heart has been quietly enduring, trusting, and staying open even when answers felt delayed. There have been seasons when you carried questions without speaking them out loud. Times when you kept moving forward even though clarity had not yet arrived. Heaven noticed that strength. It noticed the patience that did not look dramatic from the outside, but required deep courage within. This message comes as a gentle confirmation that those unseen efforts were never wasted. They were building alignment, not punishment. They were preparing space, not testing your worth. Archangel Michael reminds you that miracles do not always arrive as sudden events. Sometimes they begin as inner shifts, a subtle release of heaviness, a quiet sense of reassurance, or a new calm where anxiety once lived. These changes are not small. They are signs that your spirit is receiving what it needs first, before the outer world catches up. What is being sent to you today is not rushed, and it is not fragile. It is steady, intentional, and designed to stay. You may have felt recently that something was changing inside you, even if nothing external had fully moved yet. That feeling was not imagination. It was preparation. Heaven often works inward before it works outward, because lasting blessings are built on stability, not surprise. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are safe to trust this process. Nothing is being taken away from you in this season. Something is being added, gently and wisely. This message also arrives to quiet the voice that tells you to doubt yourself. You were never behind. You were being guided. You were never overlooked. You were being protected. What is meant for you does not need force to reach you. It arrives when your spirit is ready to receive it without fear. That readiness is present now, even if you do not feel perfect or fully confident yet. As you continue listening, allow your breathing to slow. Allow your thoughts to soften. There is no rush here. The blessing being sent to you does not demand urgency, it invites awareness. Awareness of your value, awareness of your growth, and awareness that something meaningful is aligning in your favor. Archangel Michael stands as a reminder that strength can be calm, faith can be quiet, and miracles can begin without noise. This is not the end of the message. It is the foundation. What follows will bring deeper understanding, reassurance, and connection, not through fear, but through truth, peace, and steady guidance. As this message continues, Archangel Michael asks you to pause, not out of urgency, but out of respect for what is unfolding within you right now. There are moments when heaven speaks softly because it trusts that your spirit is mature enough to listen without being shaken. This is one of those moments. You may not see flashing signs or dramatic changes yet, but something far more important is happening quietly. Your inner world is being aligned with what has already been prepared for you. For a long time, you carried responsibilities that were heavier than you ever admitted. You showed up even when you felt unseen. You kept believing even when results were slow. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that these experiences did not weaken you, they refined you. They taught your soul how to remain steady instead of reactive, how to stay faithful instead of fearful. This is why today's miracle did not arrive randomly, it arrived because your spirit can now hold it without losing balance. There are blessings that come quickly and leave just as fast, and then there are blessings that arrive gently and stay for a lifetime. What is moving toward you now belongs to the second kind. It is not here to impress others or prove anything externally. It is here to restore something inside you that may have felt tired, uncertain, or quietly hopeful without words. Heaven has been listening to the prayers you stopped repeating because you did not want to be disappointed again. Those prayers were never dismissed, they were simply waiting for the right moment. Archangel Michael speaks about timing with great care. He reminds you that delays are not denials when they are guided by wisdom. If certain things had arrived earlier, they might have overwhelmed you or pulled you away from your true path. Protection sometimes looks like waiting. Guidance sometimes looks like silence. But silence does not mean absence. It means preparation. And now, that preparation is reaching a turning point. You may notice that your thoughts have started to change recently. You question less from fear and more from clarity. You desire peace more than validation. These shifts are signs that your spirit is maturing. Heaven responds quickly to a grounded heart, not a restless one. That is why this message is calm, not loud. It is meant to meet you where you are now, not where you were before. Archangel Michael also reminds you that comparison has no place in your journey. What others receive, when they receive it, and how it appears in their lives has nothing to do with your path. Your blessing has its own rhythm. Your miracle has its own language. It will arrive in a way that fits your life, your responsibilities, and your emotional readiness. Nothing about this is rushed, and nothing about it is fragile. There is also a gentle release happening. Old expectations that carried pressure are loosening. Old disappointments that shaped your self-doubt are losing their grip. This does not happen overnight, but it begins with awareness. And awareness is exactly what this message is offering you. Not instructions, not demands, just clarity. The clarity that you are supported, that you are guided, and that you are not walking alone even when the road feels quiet. As you continue listening, Archangel Michael encourages you to stay open without forcing outcomes. Trust does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop controlling. What is meant for you is already aware of you. It does not need chasing. It responds to alignment, not anxiety. And alignment is exactly what is strengthening within you now. This message continues not to rush you forward, but to ground you where you are. Because from this grounded place, what comes next will feel natural, steady, and deeply affirming. As this message continues to unfold, Archangel Michael draws your attention inward, not to search for answers outside, but to recognize what has already been forming quietly within you. There are moments when heaven does not announce change with noise or signs, but instead allows you to feel a subtle shift. A calm that arrives without explanation, a certainty that replaces doubt without effort. That calm you may have felt recently, even for brief moments, is not accidental. It is the early language of alignment. You have walked through seasons where effort did not immediately bring reward, where sincerity did not always meet understanding, and where patience felt heavier than action. Archangel Michael wants you to know that these seasons were not meant to exhaust you, but to teach you endurance without bitterness. Many people give up when results delay. You did not. You learned how to keep going quietly, without needing constant reassurance. That quality is rare, and heaven recognizes it. What is moving toward you now is responding to that quiet strength. Not the kind of strength that proves itself loudly, but the kind that remains steady when no one is watching. The miracle being prepared for you is not meant to overwhelm your life or disrupt your peace. It is meant to settle into your reality naturally, like something that was always supposed to be there. This is why Archangel Michael emphasizes calm over excitement, grounding over urgency, and trust over expectation. There are also parts of your past that are gently losing their hold on you. Old narratives about who you had to be, what you had to prove, and how long you were willing to wait are slowly dissolving. You may notice that you are less reactive to things that once unsettled you. This is not numbness, it is maturity. It is your spirit learning to conserve energy for what truly matters. Heaven honors this shift because it creates space for lasting blessings rather than temporary relief. Archangel Michael speaks of restoration not as a dramatic reversal, but as a gradual return to balance. Restoration happens when you stop carrying unnecessary weight, when you forgive yourself for not knowing sooner, and when you allow life to meet you where you are instead of where you thought you should be. This message is not asking you to change yourself. It is reminding you that you are already becoming more aligned simply by staying present. You may also sense that certain desires have softened. Things you once chased no longer hold the same urgency. This does not mean you stopped caring, it means your priorities are refining themselves. What remains now is what truly resonates with your purpose. And what resonates with your purpose is what heaven supports most strongly. That is why what comes next will feel less forced and more familiar, as if it recognizes you as much as you recognize it. Archangel Michael also assures you that guidance does not always arrive as instructions. Sometimes it arrives as clarity. Sometimes it arrives as peace after confusion. Sometimes it arrives as the quiet confidence to wait without fear. This message itself is part of that guidance, not telling you what to do, but reminding you who you are when you are centered, aware, and open. As you continue listening, allow yourself to remain grounded in the present moment. There is no need to rush ahead mentally or replay the past emotionally. What is meant for you is unfolding at a pace that protects both your heart and your future. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be for what is aligning now. This message continues not to create anticipation, but to strengthen your inner stability. From this place of stability, what arrives will not feel overwhelming or uncertain. It will feel right. As this message reaches its final unfolding, Archangel Michael invites you to pause. Not to wait, not to question, but to truly recognize what has already shifted within you while listening. Sometimes the greatest changes are not marked by visible events, but by inner alignment. A quiet confidence replaces anxiety. A sense of readiness replaces restlessness. A gentle knowing replaces constant searching. If you feel even a trace of this calm awareness, understand that it is not imagination. It is confirmation. There are blessings that arrive loudly, and there are blessings that arrive wisely. The one connected to you now belongs to wisdom. It does not rush your life forward or pull you away from yourself. Instead, it meets you exactly where you stand and builds outward from there. Archangel Michael emphasizes that this miracle is not meant to overwhelm your responsibilities or disturb your peace. It is meant to support your life in a way that feels stable, grounded, and sustainable. You may notice that your thoughts are becoming clearer, your reactions softer, and your patience deeper. These are not coincidences. They are signs that your spirit is strengthening. Many people ask for miracles without realizing that preparation happens internally first. You have been preparing without even trying. By choosing reflection over reaction, faith over fear, and presence over pressure, you have already aligned yourself with what is coming. Archangel Michael reminds you that heaven does not measure worth by speed or comparison. It measures sincerity, growth, and endurance. You have shown endurance in moments when giving up would have been easier. You have shown sincerity when no reward was visible. You have shown growth by allowing yourself to evolve without resentment. These qualities are the foundation of the miracle being confirmed now. This message is not here to promise something unrealistic or temporary. It is here to affirm that what unfolds next will feel meaningful because it connects to who you have become, not who you used to be. The blessing approaching you is shaped by your current awareness, not your past struggles. That is why it will feel steady instead of sudden, reassuring instead of confusing, and natural instead of forced. Archangel Michael also speaks of trust, not blind trust, but grounded trust. Trust that does not depend on constant signs. Trust that allows you to move forward calmly, even when details are still forming. This kind of trust creates space for clarity. And clarity, once established, changes how you experience everything that follows. As this message completes its purpose, understand that you are not being asked to do more, prove more, or chase more. You are being invited to remain open, attentive, and grounded. What has been sent toward you does not require urgency, it requires awareness. It does not demand action, it responds to alignment. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything. You are positioned exactly where you need to be for this moment to land gently and effectively in your life. Let that understanding settle fully. Let it replace unnecessary pressure. Let it restore balance. Archangel Michael closes this message with reassurance rather than command. What is unfolding will reveal itself through peace, clarity, and steady progress. You will recognize it not because it surprises you, but because it feels right. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to like this video so its message can continue reaching those who need calm guidance. Comment below with a word that reflects how you feel right now: peace, clarity, faith, or gratitude. Share this message with someone who could use reassurance today. And subscribe to stay connected with messages that bring understanding, balance, and spiritual strength.